Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to decry a tragedy that has pierced the heart of my community, a tragedy that continues to cut deeper with each passing day. Because we still don't know what happened, we still have no answers. All we know is that one of our very best, one of our brightest, is dead. Our hearts are broken, and we demand answers. Army Specialist Enrique Román Martínez was a Chino native who makes the whole Inland Empire proud. He joined the Army before he was even old enough to vote. He begged his mother to sign the release forms. That's how committed he was to our country and to others. He was stationed at Fort Bragg in North Carolina and went camping in the Outer Banks over Memorial Day weekend with 7 other soldiers. We don't know what happened that night on May 22nd, but what we do know is it cost Enrique his life. And the 7 people who would seemingly have a lot of explaining to do, remarkably, had nothing to say. When a police officer walked up to their campsite the next day and asked those 7 soldiers to move their illegally parked vehicles, not a single one thought it was important enough to mention that someone that had been camping with them, their friend, their soldier, was missing from the night before. It took a full 17 hours before they spoke out and reported Enrique gone. And when they did so, they said they were worried that Enrique was suicidal. It is hard for me to imagine why anyone would hesitate to tell a police officer that their fellow camper, their friend, their soldier was missing if they thought he was suicidal. A week later, Specialist Román Martínez remains were found washed ashore not far away. The question of whether or not he was suicidal was settled by the simple fact that they only found his severed head. His head. That's it. He was just 21 years old. He had just started out in life. He had dedicated his few short years as an adult to a cause much greater than himself. He was only 3 months away from completing his duty and coming home as a veteran. Someone like that deserves better than this. His family deserves better for the son and brother that they've loved and lost. I would like to take a moment to talk about Enrique's family, his mother Maria and sister Griselda, because one of the most solemn duties our military has is a sacred duty as their commitment to leave no one behind on the battlefield. It is their duty to inform the family when something goes wrong. And as a mother of an Air Force veteran, I can tell you the fear of receiving the notice like that was with me every single day my son served. It is an ongoing unease in the back of your mind that never goes away. It is something I can still feel today. Now imagine if Enrique was your son. The only thing worse than a conversation like that is that if that conversation never happens, never. And that's what happened to Maria and Griselda. The army was so slow to inform the family that they've learned through media reports that their son had been mutilated through media reports. The medical examiner ruled Enrique's death a homicide on that Monday, and it took the army until Friday to reach out to the family. The lack of notice was bad enough, but the lack of answers is still far worse. It is time to hear more from the 7 individuals. Your silence isn't acceptable. It is time to hear from the community in North Carolina. If you know something, say something. As a mother, I plead with you. If it was your son, if you are the mother of one of those 7 young soldiers, male or female, say something. Talk to your son or daughter and demand that they speak out. Lawyering up is not enough. Lawyering up is not enough. They deserve to bury their son.